Lieutenant Commander Mike McBrady, not Michael, we're going to call you Mike.
Yes.
Share some of your experiences.
Oh, I've had a bunch. I've been in about 18 years, and it's always been interesting. I've never had a bad job. I've had some interesting jobs. I've only rarely gotten to do the same thing once or twice or 3 times over after doing it the first time. I would say for career challenges, about 10 years ago in a 75-day time frame, I went across the international date line and across the equator twice in the Central and South Pacific, and dove on wrecks of Japanese and U.S. Aircraft carriers and battleships in Bikini Atoll, where they did the atomic and hydrogen bomb testing. I trained with the Fijian and Samoan and Tongan naval personnel on joint operations in the South Pacific, which was kind of fun. And I also got to participate in some migrant smuggling operations where we rescued 130 Chinese migrants in the middle of the North Pacific whose vessel had broken down on a trans-Pacific smuggling route, and we were towing them back to Guam, which was the nearest large naval facility that we could take them to in order to get them repatriated. And the boat started sinking. So in the middle of the night we had to take a whole lot of very nervous Chinese migrants off of a sinking ship and put them on the deck of the Coast Guard cutter in order to save their lives. And that was kind of a unique experience. It was a nice night with a big full moon, so everybody could see well, and that was good because coaxing them all into the boat and then back onto the Coast Guard cutter took a little time. A lot of them were not real sure they wanted to leave until it was real apparent that the ship was sinking out from underneath them, and then everybody was in a big hurry. For New York, New Jersey, it's true that if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere in the metro New York, New Jersey area. I tell you, there is a lot of stuff going on each and every day across the full spectrum of what the Coast Guard does for missions. And like Liz and Will, it seems like you're just bombarded with challenges from all different directions when you come to work. It makes it very interesting, but it also makes it very challenging. And the nice thing that I get to do, or the thing that I enjoy most about my job as an operational planner now, is I get to work with all of the state and local agencies from the New York side and from the New Jersey side, and listening to their stories and listening to how they have contributed to the waterway safety and security of this tremendous, bi-state port region is really nice. And they are particularly valuable to us in the Coast Guard because we're only here for 3, maybe 4 years. And the partners that we work with in the police departments, the fire departments, the emergency management agencies, they make a career out of it. So they spend decades doing what we have to learn and master and pass on in a matter of a couple of years. So they provide a wealth of knowledge, experience, and camaraderie. And they always can tell us where the best place to get a good sandwich in the middle of the night is, even if it's holidays. So that's nice.
Okay. Now, what is the role of organizations like FCI in protecting the environment?
Well, Future City is a great program, a nonprofit organization, and they're great because one of the biggest things that they've done, in my experience in the year I've worked here, is educate students about the Arthur Kill. Just like myself, I had no idea what was going on in the Arthur Kill. I just looked at it, put my feet in it, and that was that, But what it really does is it not only does it expose kids to what the importance is of the ships that that Will is talking about, and the events that Mike's talking about. Talks about the importance of the river, what's there, what's actually in there. It's not just water. There's a lot of different organisms living in it. And the nicest thing that I think that they do is empowering students to know that there are careers that they may not have known about before. They bring in the Army Corps of Engineers for their programs. They bring in the Coast Guard for their programs, the watershed associations, the Baykeeper. All types of organizations that a lot of the kids, their major questions are, well, what do you do in the Coast Guard? What does the Army Corps do? And how can I get involved? So it shows high school kids there's some really great opportunities for you to have a great career in many different fields. You know, you're not just, you know, stuck staying in one place. You know, you can get out and actually do these things just like all the people you see are doing. So I think that's very important to empower people that way.
Okay. I want to thank you all for joining us and for providing us with a wealth of knowledge. So enjoy yourself.
Great. Thank you.
Have a great week and enjoy. And thank you for tuning into this segment of Our City.